Welcome to the Long-Term Care Chronicles podcast.
Awesome.
Thank you, Joseph, for coming on to the Long-Term Care Chronicles this afternoon. And before we start,
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And before we start, we'll just get you to tell us about yourself and your company and why it was started.
Yeah, more about the company to start with, I think is important. It's a group of 9 individuals that, have a passion for building tech. Every single one of the 9 individuals that are within the company are holding roles right now within other organizations. And this has been a passion that we've wanted to build due to the problem of some of us have elderly that, our parents and stuff like that are going into these types of homes. And we want to make sure that the healthcare is there for them. So if we start now, we'll make sure that, if we can help and fix and find these long-term care homes and find the right caregiver for them to help them support their endeavors and looking after, the elderly. That's our goal at the end of the day. So these 9 individuals are absolutely amazing individuals. They hold they hold different roles within the company. So when you really look at a company, you need graphic design, you need content, you need SEO, SEM. You need marketing, you need finance, you need IT, you need sales, you need operations. So every single one of us holds a certain title that their strength in their normal day-to-day jobs. That is basically their power that they've brought forward. So we collaborate all the time after hours. I bet you we put in 20 to 25 hours a week after our normal work days. And we've just really come up with something that I think is, outstanding and amazing. And where our vision is and where we're going, I think it's a game changer. I think people are really going to be receptive to it as they already are. And I look forward to further building this out. So what is Caring Support really? Caring Support is a matchup platform. The traditional way, Wendy, of people looking at resumes is going to Indeed. Nothing against Indeed, but I feel the resume is outdated. There's not enough character. There's not enough, understanding that individual when it comes to their characteristics, their personality, how they're gonna, work within our environment. So in our platform, we've been able to bring that out as an option with them. So it's a matchup platform. What we've done, sorry, I'm just going to turn back again. Yeah. Sorry. So with Indeed, you put a resume up, a job posting up. You get 100 resumes in. You have to sift through those resumes. You have to put the ones that you like on the left. You put the maybes in the middle, and you put the no's on the left. As you're going through and you're sifting through these resumes, you then have to email them. You have to call them. You have to get them into your environment. You have to go through the certain steps of understanding who they are and if they're a good fit for your organization as a healthcare organization. So that is a 3 to 4 week process. Okay, could be 6 weeks. With caringsupport.com, we've shortened that to 24 to 48 hours. And how we've done that is we've developed a matchup platform. On one side of the platform, you'll have caregivers. And caregivers are your PSWs, your DSWs, your RPNs, RNs, volunteers. And what they'll do is they'll go ahead on the platform and they'll build a nice, healthy profile. That'll include a picture potentially, a video resume. They'll upload their resume, of course, because it's not completely dead. So we still have to have that on there. They'll go through and they'll put their skill set, everything that they're great at. And as well, they'll upload their certifications. They'll also be able to go through Screening Canada, which is a partnership with Caring Support to provide them with criminal background checks. And I'm going to get to a little bit more of that. I think you may ask me about that a little bit more in the future here.
Yes.
So they've built their side of the profile. And then on the other side, you have your healthcare organization. They're going to come in, they're going to upload their logo, upload their company video. They're going to do a brief overview of the organization, the culture, the perks, the benefits. And now what happens is the HCOs, the healthcare organizations, have two options. The traditional way of posting a job post, where all the caregivers can come onto the platform. They're notified of any job that's literally posted immediately in their area. They can come in and personally apply to that job through the platform. Or the healthcare organization can go into the matchup process and go, I'd like a PSW with 5 years experience and within this geographical area with these certain skill sets, and all of a sudden caregivers will start populating. The best suited, the most active, the most qualified. And what will happen now is they'll be able to instantly SMS text with them. So they'll be able to communicate with them. This has been the true success so far of caring support. Job postings is 10% of what's going on in caring support. It's really about the quick communication, the quick matchup process that we've developed within healthcare.
Thank you so much for that, Joseph. So that means that, so when they sign on to the platform, they're able to, once they do select an individual for hire, they're able to then have ease of communication and then see other profiles as well if they need to hire more. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. They can, engage in a conversation with that individual. They can engage in multiple conversations, and see who they can push through the process of being boarded. They can heart them. They can, reject them, shortlist them, hire them. Everything is on the platform for them to keep control of who they're talking to. It's a really unique platform in that way.
Perfect. So you mentioned that this is for larger organizations and for individuals, that they can be able to log in onto your platform and to be able to create an account and as well hire someone if they need it for either at home or in a long-term care setting?
So right now, we're really concentrated on the long-term care homes and the retirement homes and hospitals, hospices, community centers and stuff like that. And the reason why is we want to make sure that those individuals are very well taken care of right now. We are looking at partnerships with other companies that exist in the market, like carebase.com, mycarebase.com. That is Stephanie Chan out of Vancouver, fantastic, lovely lady, building a great business there. So these are things that, we're not building the platform, Wendy. We have created partnerships with long-term care homes that they tell us what their needs are. And they are experiencing the platform today. They're reporting back what they would like changed, what new things to come down the line. So back to your question, are we dealing with the home-based business? No, not at this moment. We're really focused on the 1, 2, 5, 15, 25, 30 locations. We will start looking at companies like Pyramid and Chartwell and a few of the other bigger ones, but we need to start small. We need to make sure we're doing it right. And when we do it right, they will all come and they will realize that. And we welcome them when that time comes.
Perfect. But just to further clarify, but can an individual then sign up to your platform and to be able to hire someone to work into long-term care or in their personal home if need be?
So from a healthcare organization, yes. But for instance, Bob that lives at home, no, not at this time.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
And so, where your company, what does it make it different than others? Because there are others that have a similar model where you can be able to go online and select individuals that may or may not. What is it that makes yours stand out and different on this whole online platform?
Well, first, I think it's the matchup process. It's the very first communication through SMS text. You can instantly communicate with them and get them through the process. We do have some features that are coming out. So we are building the marketplace for the caregivers and the HCOs. We do have online video interviewing coming to as well in phase 3, which is just around the corner. And we have a bunch of other things that, I think our healthcare organizations, our caregivers are going to really enjoy about the platform. Wendy, I want you to understand on this platform, it's strictly healthcare. It's no construction. It's nothing else. It's got a news feed that's in there for the caregiver and the HCO, where they can see the latest, greatest news, blogs, influencer writing content, creating videos, all your trade shows, your conferences, and everything is really in there. We want it to be, the 9 to 5 kind of platform that a healthcare worker would go to. That's their day platform. At night, yeah, they go to Facebook and they go to Instagram and TikTok and all of those other things. But we want this to be educational for them too as well. So, we're looking at partnering with educational institutions, providing certain things on there. So we are working with all the colleges, not all, but some of the colleges and universities right now, which are the post-secondary institutions. This is going to be great. It starts in September 1st. What will happen is the post-secondary institution will be able to come in and build their profile, and they will be able to tag all their graduates, alumni, and they'll be able to communicate with the HCOs right over the platform too as well. So for instance, I have 5 graduates that are ready. This healthcare organization, are you interested in interviewing? They can do the introduction right over the platform. Communication can go over the platform. So we're really taking the caregivers, the post-secondary institutions, and the healthcare organizations, and really meshing them together to streamline the communication and, find people their dream job at the end of the day.
No, that's great. And because as well, you mentioned about the potential hire, you'll be able to see their information. And as well, you mentioned about because during the pandemic, we really can't have a lot of face-to-face type of interview styles. So you mentioned about the online interview. Will this be something that you'll definitely be moving forward with even 100%. after the pandemic?
Absolutely, 100%. It's already in production and it's already being developed right now.
Perfect. And now, is that as well part of included into your package that you have for when someone signs up to the caring support platform?
Not at the moment. We're still analyzing on how that will go. So not as of yet have we figured out how that will play into our pricing structure. But we do know it's a major addition to the platform that everyone's looking for.
Okay, perfect. And as well, with the pandemic, we're in the middle of the pandemic, with the protocols of, PPP and IPAC, is that all as well? Are potential employees then screened to say what the protocol should be, or is that just once they are hired, that's for the employee to kind of negotiate?
Yeah, absolutely. That is for them to negotiate. So what we're doing is we're just, sourcing candidates, allowing them to, create that wholesome profile that allows that HCO to understand more about that candidate, before they reach out to them, making sure that they're going to fit in that culture potentially, because there's a problem out there. Yeah. A lot of PSWs, RPNs are staying on the job 2 to 5 years and then they're leaving. Yeah. So when you really look at the turnover in healthcare, terrible. And we've got to fix that. I know the government has, put in a substantial amount of money of $23.5 million to, attract 4,000 new PSWs into the industry. I think that's a great start. It's not the end, it's a start, because we do have a lot of baby boomers that, in the next 5, 10, 15 years are gonna double, almost 80% increase in what's already existing in our long-term care homes right now. So we need to make sure that we're well ahead of that. And I think recruiting is the #1 issue in healthcare right now, finding the talent.
Absolutely, definitely. It's very challenging at this time. And one other thing is in regards to, I guess, with liability insurance, is that as well covered between the employer-employee after, because you're just the matching platform for this interaction?
That's correct. Once they've engaged with the caregiver and they decide to bring them on, they're going to go through their normal process of putting them through the onboarding process. So they're going to confirm that their criminal background check, they're going to confirm their vaccinations, and all of that. So we allow them to fill all those fields out, but it's about the employer to, verify those facts.
Okay, perfect. And you had mentioned it, I know you mentioned a couple of times that you are partnered with another agency that will complete the security check, because as you mentioned, it does take in certain jurisdictions, it may take up to 6 weeks to complete.
That is correct. So we've partnered with Screening Canada. The great thing about them is we, if a caregiver comes onto the platform and decides to go through our process, it's basically they'll go through a basic criminal background check or an enhanced criminal background check. The vulnerable background check also is the start of the process with us. They still have to go to the police station and verify that information, but they also can upload the receipt that they've gotten this done on their platform and move ahead there. So when we look at the basic and the enhanced, our cost is pretty much half of what we found out that an HCO would put one of their brand new employees through the process to get that criminal background check. So we're literally almost half the price. And like they said, it could take, 4 to 6 weeks, or it could take, whether it's 2 days to get that information back or 24. Ours is 4 to 6 hours. Literally, that certificate's back to them.
That's amazing. That's really great. That's really, really great. And for, once the worker, I guess, for once they're hired, that's where your, I guess, involvement is out of place, because then again, that's one of these steps that the employee will have to kind of work out in terms of with payment for that.
Yeah, no, the payment is done right on our platform for Screening Canada. So we control all the payment stuff when it comes to processing the criminal background check. What happens is the caregiver will get that paperwork. They can upload it to their private profile, and then the HCO can actually see that they've completed this.
But for, I guess to clarify, just for the employer, so when the employer decides that they're going to move forward with this potential employee, in terms of payment, in terms of their payment of how their work is to be done, is that taken care of by the employer, not your organization?
That is correct. So the wages are all negotiated on behalf of the employer. All of that goes over there, yeah.
Because the other thing is there are individuals that do have what are called, if they have someone that is developmentally delayed, where they use other types of payment options from the government. That too, I guess, would be part of their discussion with the potential employee to let them know that's how they'll be paid for.
That is correct. So any payment in regards to, salary or per hour or anything as you're taught is all discussed privately between the employer and the employee.
Perfect. And then I guess I would go in terms of with as well, the rate of pay. Your carrying does not give any type of guidance as to what the rate of pay would be for a potential employer or employee.
So we do write a lot of blogs, and you could probably find some of the content that we've written that talks about underpaid PSWs. So this is something that I think we're all lobbying for. When you look at the municipality level, I think they're averaging about $25 per hour. When you're looking at the private or some of the other private or public, you're looking at, anywhere from $17 to $23 to $25. So I think that there needs to be some uniformity here. To be honest, I do believe they're underpaid. Absolutely, 150%.
No, that's good to know. As well as then, what have you've heard back in terms of feedback from both the employer or employee as to how caring support has worked for them?
Wow. Some great feedback, to tell you the truth. right at hand, right at home, one of our clients was just blown away. She got on the platform and hired someone within 24 hours, went through the interview process, talked to them the next day, hired them the next day. From an HCO, they have that, once again, that instant ability to communicate with the caregivers on the platform. And I think that that's what's really resonating and winning. So amazing feedback. Do we have some things to build on? Absolutely, we do. But like I said, it's the healthcare organization's platform along with the caregivers. They will tell us what they want and how we build this out in the future. So we're excited about that.
Oh, that's great news to hear. And as well, for caring support, like what other follow-ups do you provide for the other employer or the employee to deal with any concerns, or as in addition to feedback that you may hear?
Yeah, so we have open communication on our platform. So it's simple. Go to fill out a web form, a communication form. We get all that feedback. We'll reach out. We'll communicate. We'll make sure that everything is addressed. Of course, That's how you got to do business, right?
Absolutely. And one of the other thing is, in terms of, let's say a new person is coming on board, whether that's an employee or an employer, potential employer coming onto your site, is there a number that they can call if they're running into any issues at any time?
We don't have a number on our website. It's strictly via email and communications. But to tell you the truth, we built the platform to not be able to have a lot of communication back and forth. Okay. It's really new age slick platform that these guys can really cycle through and build their profiles. And it's really easy. We have tips and stats that are always on our platform telling them, hey, if you do this, this increases your job percentage of this. I think we've done a great job on that. So the communication is there via email back and forth. And if we have to, we will reach out to someone, but strictly through email.
Perfect. And then right now, you are mostly just in the Ontario province. Are you going to be further expanding out across the country?
Yeah, we're moving from city to city. We're probably doing 2 to 3 cities a week right now and moving rapidly fast. So it's really exciting.
That's really good.
Yeah. It's moving and shaking, and we're really happy. We're honestly just blown away. So we'll just keep pressing the gas.
Absolutely. Just to kind of lastly, is there anything else that you would like our listeners to know about caring support?
You know what? It's for you guys as caregivers in long-term care homes, healthcare organizations. Once again, we built it. We're building it for you. What you want to see and how you want it to work. Communicate with us. Tell us, and we can pivot. We can move. We can shake. We can do all of that. Be excited for what's coming. That marketplace is a game changer. Webcam interviews, the PSI, integration there in September. There's a lot more features that are coming down the pipeline that really gets people engaged into the platform. I want to thank you so much, Wendy, and everybody that's listening. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Go look us up. Just take the time, www.caringsupport.com. You'll be wowed, I'm pretty sure. And if you're able to get a demo, you'll be even more wowed. It's really exciting.
Thank you so much, Joseph. I'll make sure that those are in the show notes so people can be able to click onto those and to have access to what is available. And again, I just wanted to thank you so much for coming on to the Long-Term Care Chronicles and speaking about caring support and the platform and what it can offer. Thank you.
Amazing. God bless and stay safe, Wendy.
Take care. Yes, thank you. You too.